So today what I wanted to do was share with you maybe a couple of the songs I've been working on. This first track is going to be the single. I'll play a little bit of this for you, but it's going to be the single. It's a song called Mortal Longing that I wrote on piano, and this one features Jody Quine on vocals. This song and another song called The Falcon in the Snow are the two songs that, the first two songs that are nearly finished with production for the EP, and then I have another 5 songs that are really far along that I'll be working with different vocalists on. So this track is, I would say, is more in line with something like World Gone Crazy, but maybe not quite as pop. It's kind of a blend of different styles, and we had a really fun time recording this with Jody, and there's some great vocal takes. But for my process, I thought I'd maybe explain a little bit about what I do as far as starting a song. And normally I just begin with piano, and in this case, we'll give a little sound check here. Let's see if we can get any sound. There we go. Okay, so normally what I do is when I begin a song, I lay it out in piano form, and so I write kind of a piano piece. And that's not always conducive necessarily to having the vocalist write all these vocals and then layer all these instruments. So a lot of times the piano piece that I write is a little more complex, and then I simplify as the song builds with different instruments. In this case, I was just playing around on the piano with some chords, and they started kind of gelling, and a lot of times that's what will happen. I'll just experiment with kind of where the song wants to go, and then things begin to pick up. And so with this track in particular, I'm going to play you a little bit of kind of what the original piano sounded like, and then I'll play you some of the song, so you get to hear a little sneak preview of Mortal Longing. It's not done yet, but pretty excited about that. We've also shot a video for this, which is in the final stages of editing, and it's going to be fantastic. I think it'll be probably the most amazing video we've done yet. It has some great special effects, great landscape locations, and it has Jody Quine in it as well, and I'm also in the video. So anyways, here's a little bit of piano of how I came up with this song originally. And again, this will be the first single off the new EP. Too much away, but anyway, so that's kind of how the song started, and basically what you just heard is a little bit of the verse and leading into a pre-chorus. So now I'll play you, and hopefully I won't blow you out with the speakers here, but I want you to be able to hear it. So now I'll play you a little bit of the song as it's been developed. So you'll be hearing, I'll play you the intro and maybe a little bit of the vocals, so you can hear how amazing Jody sounds. So I'm not going to give away too much, because then it just ruins everything. So there's obviously other parts to the song, and this is, I'll play you a little bit of the chorus because it's pretty fun. You can see a little bit on here of maybe of all the vocal stacks. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 vocal tracks going at once. So this is Jody 16 times over. Let's see what we got here.
Free, 'cause I'm just human. My body, my soul, you harm me. My heart beats fast for you, abandon my breath.
Okay, that's all I'm going to do. do because the chorus section is not done musically. Just a little bit of marcato strings and stuff, but you hear how amazing Jody's voice sounds. Took the lead, obviously, and then there's some harmony, and then there's these great kind of staccato vocals mixed in with this other vocal line. So it was really fun to do, and it's got a little bit of an Imaging Heat feel right now, maybe a little Enya vibe, but it's going to be a little more experimental than that. So that's Mortal Longing, a little bit about the process. I'm going to just quickly play you a little bit of the Christmas song that I've been working on with Christy Thirsk. This song has a lot less development at this point. I just laid down a piano line and hammered out the melody, which was actually fairly complex. I thought it would be an easy song to do, but it's picking out the melody was actually much tougher. There's some interesting variations throughout the song. Anyways, this track is an old medieval Gregorian chant is what it's based on. I've always loved it. It's a Latin song, and so Christy was up to the challenge, and we recorded some vocals. We're recording some harmonies at this point, and it's going to be really, I think, a beautiful Christmas song. And this will be a free download this year. So every year, as most of you know, I do a free Christmas track, and this track I think is going to be great. I'll also make available all the other tracks from the earlier years. So we have this will be the 4th Christmas track this year, so that I'm giving away. So, anyways, this song, like I said, is not nearly as developed musically because I wanted to just give Christy a chance to sing around basically a piano line and kind of develop it from there. So let's play a little bit of that. I won't play any of the vocals, but I will play you just kind of where the piano's at. Very simple, and not a lot of flourishes because I wanted to keep it very chordal. But with a song like this, one of the challenges is finding out where to take the instrumentation. So, for example, I'm going to add something here. That's a kind of a soft woodwind sound that could work. It may not work at all. One of the fun things and also challenging things about doing this kind of music is there's so many layered vocals and so many layered instruments that a lot of times you have to find the right balance of sound, and because of that, a song can take a direction and then later on completely change. And there's been times I've worked for weeks on a song and then ended up scrapping all the music behind it because it just wasn't what it needed to be. So with this song, I'm not totally sure whether I'm going to take it very quiet and kind of more traditional sounding, or if I may want to make it a little more electronic sounding. So we'll see. Right now it's feeling kind of like maybe classical with a touch of electronic, if I can, maybe like a Sarah Brightman thing, but nothing quite that bombastic. But the focal point's going to be Christy's vocals, which are incredible. She sounds so good on this song, so excited about that. At any rate, that's a little bit about an update and kind of sharing with you what's going on. We are looking at, I'm trying to get this all done, the EP, by the beginning of next year fairly quickly. The single for sure I think will be out, I say for sure, will be out this year. There are going to be some remixes, so depending on how quickly remixes come back in. But really close to finishing the music for the single, Mortal Longing, and the video. So those things are kind of right at the cusp of being done. In the interim, we're finishing up all the spy thriller stuff, which comes out on Tuesday. So you'll be getting also that too, which is obviously it's not my music entirely. I've written several of the tracks for that album, but it's in collaboration with Caroline and Israel. I think anyone that likes Sleepthief will really like the spy thriller stuff, though generally it's really in a somewhat similar vein, and the video definitely I'm excited about, so you can check that out as well. At any rate, thanks again for the biggest thing is for being so supportive, because everyone out there just has made my job that much more important for me to do and more exciting for me to do. As I mentioned, sometimes it's difficult with the music industry, and you see your music kind of just disappearing in torrent sites and free downloads. It can be tough to stay motivated because you wonder, does anyone care enough? But I really realize that I have real good friends and fans out there who support me 100%. So I just want to thank everyone for that, because it would be hard for me to want to keep releasing music publicly if it wasn't for the people that write me and encourage me, and your comments, and I know that you're participating and you share with other people the music and let them hear it. So thank you so much for all of that and just the great kind things you say, because it means all the difference for me. So thanks again, and I will try to make these video blogs a little more consistent over the next couple months as I'm leading up to releasing the album. So stay tuned, there's going to be a lot of great stuff, and I'm excited to get you some new music. Thanks, bye.